Right, so first, I have to disappoint you. We are passing out some glasses for you, but this is not a complimentary happy hour drink that you're longing for. This is for the next experiment. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Leeza. Thank you for the organizers. Thank you, the volunteers, and most of all, thank you for staying until the end of today. It had been a very long day. So, okay, Adrian taught me to look into the monitor. I'll give it a try. Great. All right, so, are you ready for the experiments? Well, let's try this together. Okay, so 5 volunteers will be passing out some glasses for you, and they contain different levels of water. And while you're remaining in your seat, try to take a brief moment and try to take water as a metaphor. Yeah, a little bit lights on the house, please. Okay, yeah. It's just water, so don't worry if it spills everywhere. And yes, not vodka at all. No, don't attempt. All right, so let's try to conceive the possibility of creating one conceptual horizon among all of you, all of us here. So you can talk to your neighbors, you can do whatever you like, but don't drink it. And try to keep it in mind. How do we conceive the possibility creating a conceptual horizon among all of us? Okay, so let's just set aside the glasses for now, and we will collect it at the end of the discussion panel. All right, so let's continue. We have done a similar experiment at the annual Make a Difference Forum in Hong Kong, and the occasion is a gathering of over 1,500 attendees coming from all over Asia to explore creativity for change. So a little bit different there is that we have a sculpture or a kind of installation, and participants of the events can collect water from this installation, whose interlinked structure keeps water leveled across all bottles. Meanwhile, people can extend this conceptual horizon by sharing water with one another when they meet a new friend. So with a glass of water in his hand, one participant said it reminded him of holding a lit candle in a church. One remarked that the process made her more attentive, relearning her own pace, gesture, relationship with people and place. Another exclaimed that this project must have been a campaign to advocate communism. So, I was drawn to this notion of urban acupuncture, a term that's used in contemporary urban design and placemaking strategies that advocates minimal yet precise intervention that resembles acupuncture in traditional Chinese medicine. Now I understand Leeza's curation of the whole program. We have had the feng shui and now acupuncture. Right, so how do we consider art as a process of healing or restoration? It is not an intrusive operation from the outside, from the external, but like acupuncture, it activates with light touch, with energy flow through the social meridian. So I will talk about this other work, which is called Moon Gate. It's set in a room with architectural openings. Moon Gate stimulates this serene moment of light through the window frames. The shadows show a local tree which sways in the hiss of the wind, while the sound actually comes from a tuning radio intertwined with current affairs. Some of you who read Chinese here, you may know that this is a door or a gate. The title of the work in English is Moon Gate, but in Chinese title is Han in Cantonese and Xian in Mandarin. And it's a combination of the gates and the moon, which the meaning of the word is leisure. So it evokes this poetic atmosphere of moonlight streaming into the house, and that connotates the idea of leisure. And similarly, when there is sunlight penetrating through the opening of a room into an interior, this is the idea of space. The many renditions of the work have brought my ears to ambience here and there. A summer in Taiwan culminated in a track covering the island's north, east, south, and west. Everyday chit-chat on health supplements, a song of the Tao tribe, and news about student protests. How do we consider art as a listening space when more and more tend to hear one side? Can we hear the world or worlds through the wind? And like traditional Chinese medicine, coexistence makes on equilibrium. So again, this is the magic of Leeza's curation. We're now talking about listening and the idea of silence. So we're going to see a quick clip of the next project first. 25 minutes older departs from a number of sources, an homage to Liu Yitang, Lao Yichang's Ted Besh, Doi Dou. It refers to a pair of jointed stamps printed one upside down another. The story of two protagonists who walk the same streets of Hong Kong every day, but they have never met. For the older man, every look reminds him of the days escaping from the war to Hong Kong. And for the young girl, every look fascinates her in dreaming about her future. The work takes form of a camera obscura, a natural optical phenomenon where in a dark chamber, light from outside finds its way into an interior, creating images that is upside down and left side right. It is the same principle as our eyes or our perception. Hence, it is considered by many as a metaphor of seeing, as well as a metaphor of how two opposite worlds meet at a single point, a single brief moment, through an aperture. The camera obscura effect was installed simply by masking the interior of a tram, leaving only two holes on the sides. The tram line, now hidden between the labyrinth of high rises in the middle of the busy city, it used to be the coastline. 100 years old tram is a time capsule that does not get old in this fast-moving city. The tram becomes an open space to all school children, those interested in the arts, photography, literature, and of course, transport, tram. Or just the curious one, locals or those visiting Hong Kong because of Art Basel. And they all have an opportunity to view the familiar city from another side. They can choose to listen to the excerpts from the Stream of Consciousness writing by Liu Yichang or without. The lower deck of the double-decker tram provides a buffer space for participants to take time and to relook at the everyday. And while at the same time, when polarized views are increasingly shaping by difference in ideologies, political agendas, economic paths, and self-interest, and further blindfolded through social media's artificial intelligence filtering algorithm, how can we consider art as a remedy to imbalance when one-sidedness affects us with excess and antagonism? Can opposites meet in arts as rebalancing supplements? I want to close the sharing by one last slide. So we had also a chance to bring this project to Milan during the Milan Design Week. Of course, we didn't bring the Hong Kong tram. It was to do the project on a historical Milan tram. But this picture of this child probably did not reflect upon the references and the metaphors that I just spoken earlier, but at least he will remember the day when he dances on the clouds in this mysterious tram, spontaneously roams around in a place that he lived in. And perhaps this is the most precious experience that I can offer. So thank you very much.